Hello and welcome to Tales of Tungsten Doctor, Part 10. Let's go, Wildflower! Got more fighting to do.
Mistress, I am almost ready to return to the Imperial City. Another day, and I will bring you the amulet fragment.
I lose confidence in you with each passing hour, Lim. You should have been back by now. Why haven't you ordered Gao to grant you one of his flyers?
Mistress, Gao's ships are only small flyers. They're good for short-range flights and raiding villages, but not for long journeys. That's why I haven't returned yet.
Don't try to pin your failings on me, Lim. I've delivered everything I promised. It's only a matter of time until I finish the special dragonfly to transport the artifact to the Imperial City.
Until you finish? I designed that dragonfly. I built it, not Gao. That dragonfly is Kang's masterpiece.
Silence the mad fool!
Slip, slap, slip.
I've heard rumors of a spy disrupting our operations in the South Lim. Maybe this is all too much for you to handle. Perhaps I should come out there personally.
That will not be necessary, Mistress. I will deal with the troublemaker here and return to the Imperial City in one day. You heard Mistress Jia. I can't waste any more time here. Get that flyer finished now.
Jia is not my mistress, Lim, and I don't take orders from you either. Remember, if not for my son, you would never have discovered where the glorious strategist was hiding.
I am well aware of your son's role in all this, Gao. In fact, I suspect I know more about him than you do.
What are you talking about? Have you heard something about young Gao? Tell me!
Of course, Gao. I was just waiting for the perfect time to tell you. I received a report from the destruction of 2 rivers. Your son, Gao the Lesser, is dead.
No! This can't be! You lie!
I speak the truth. It seems your son was no match for one of the other students. From the condition of his body, it sounds like he died quite painfully.
No! Young Gao was everything to me. Damn you and your black heart, Lim. Damn you! I want to be alone. I must grieve for my son. No one is to disturb me. No one!
If I can get to the Imperial City fast enough, I can give the amulet fragment to Death's Hand himself. Then Grand Inquisitor Jia may be in for a surprise. We shall see. Get to work, mad fool. Do whatever it takes to get that ship built. I will take a short-range flyer and check on some of our other operations in the area. If the marvelous dragonfly is not ready to launch when I return, those captive demons will have a new playmate.
Interruptions? Who designed that dragonfly? To build something to make his sandals explode.
Oh, the plot thickens. Oh, look at this. It's cool. Fighting time. Come on. Time to get punched. Well, hello. Come on, come on.
1,000 cuts. I'm healed.
Come on. Got him.
You handled the guards well with your punching and kicking. I was going to make more of an explodey thing, but kicking worked well too.
Who are you?
I am Kang, the Mad. I make things explode, and I make things fly, and I'm very good at both. The things I fly tend to survive. The things I explode, not so much.
You build flyers?
Do I build flyers? Do I build flyers? Yes. Have you heard differently? Fantastical things, but misused by Gao and his cohorts. I have saved the best for myself. My greatest invention is in the launch room upstairs. Light and fast, she has weapons and capacity no other flyer does. The marvelous Dragonfly.
You built Gao a special flyer?
Under protest, Gao does not appreciate what I make. He misuses, and worse, he duplicates and diminishes their glory. Well, no more. The Dragonfly will not function. Gao wants to give my machine to the Lotus Assassins, but I stopped him. I hid the extraneous dust inductor. Well, no one will find it. Try to fly without that. But they can make a new inductor. It is extraneous after all. So, a few days ago, I blew up the inscrutable power source. Now the Dragonfly can only make short hops.
Will you help me against Gao and the Lotus Assassins?
Yes, of course. What do you think I've been saying? You need to listen more carefully. If you stage a combat-related accident for Gao, like falling down a flight of punches, I'll replace the inductor on the Dragonfly, and we can fly away. What do you say?
I agree. I will see what I could do.
You are sure to profit from this partnership. In fact, I've never accidentally exploded anyone traveling with me, so that alone is a benefit of my presence. Anyway, you go ahead, and once all the kicking is done, I'll come along and we'll see what's what. For now, let me think. We'll need explosives that explode.
I have some questions.
Questions are good. It means the wheels are turning. But make it quick. I never let asking get in the way of doing.
Have you seen a young woman named Foyo?
Is she one of the slaves? The slave breaker let a girl through this morning. I did not hear her name, but no one else has been brought by.
How did you come to be here?
Oh, that's a long story, from what I remember. Some experiments went wrong in my old workshop. Explosions. A few estates burned down. Some other things happened. Gao bribed some officials just as I was about to be quartered by 5 horses. Or would that be quinted? Well, regardless, he brought me here to work for him.
Gao rescued you, but you want to kill him?
Sure, he rescued me, but only to acquire my inventions and misuse them. You don't send dozens of flyers against pitiful villages. There's no elegance to a swarm. Just like you don't use explosives inspired by the great dragon to carve a treasure chamber. A menial use of power without even a decent crater to show for it.
If I use your inventions wrong, you'll turn on me?
No. But if I offer advice, you should at least consider it. Gao ignores guidance. Listen to me, and I'll keep the marvelous Dragonfly the best flyer in the air.
You mentioned a treasure chamber.
Just next to the launch room. I don't know how you get in or out, because it is, after all, behind a massive immobile door. I can think of one way to open it, but I don't have a lever long enough, so you'll have to use your head. Well, not literally.
Have you seen an old man named Master Li?
Master Li? No, I don't think so. Well, I am not so good with names. Or faces. Dates are bad, too. But I remember my own handiwork. Several older flyers stopped here briefly. They were full of Lotus assassins, and one big assassin in black armor who seemed to be in charge. Very big, unpleasant look on his mask. They had a prisoner with them, or so I heard, and they all seemed nervous about it. The flyers left for the Imperial City soon after. Does that help?
What do you know about Assassin Lim?
Oh, I would like to put something explodey in his food, just to see if it would make him blink, because that one has dead eyes, like he's missing something. Sometimes he is here, sometimes he is not. I don't know right now which is true. But I know he is dangerous. Very dangerous.
I have to go for now.
Yes, goodbye. Go and leave me to think.
Ah, let me pick up that blood stain. Yes, yes. This is really cool. I want this in my house. Oh, it wasn't a trap. That's good. Let's see. What else is around here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that's where I came from down there. Okay. Oh, secret bridge. Call me Secret, Mr. Secret Bridge. Hello? What's this thing? Oh, that's the control lever. Hmm. Hello, Mr. Monkey. Ah, somebody needs punching.
You're going down.
Take my punches. Oh. I may have overinvested into this 1,000 cuts. It worries me.
What do you want?
Hello, Wildflower. What do you think of our current situation?
You need to repair your ship? For the place you're going and the man you want to find? The Guardian says it's a mightier task than you think, but that you're special too. I think you're special too. All the others are people, but you're different. I like you.
I like you too, Wildflower.
Is there anything else you wanted?
No. Let's get back to punching.
Okay.
And bashing and beating. 75 silver. Very good.
Please, don't burn me. I'll do anything you want.
I'm sure you will, child. But deep inside, you think you're not a slave. Only true pain will wash away these thoughts.
Now wait a minute. These slaves will be house servants. I will not have my guests served by young women with burns and marks on her face.
You can have your slaves when they're broken, not a moment before.
Help me, please.
You wandered into the wrong room, slave.
Oh, those tiger claws are really cool. Long sword attack. Huzzah. You killed him. I've never seen such violence.
Hey, I know you. Mother and I met you when we were trying to get out of Tien's Landing.
Quiet girl, a slave doesn't speak unless spoken to. Don't speak to her like that. What? Why not? A slave has to know her place. If I'm going to have to train these slaves myself, I should get a discount.
I don't want to be a slave. I just want to get out of this place.
Are you strong enough to fight for your freedom, Foyo?
Fight? What do you mean?
What's the meaning of this? I had an agreement with Gao to purchase this girl. Oh. Everything must be balanced. She must learn to defend herself. Take a knife and kill the fat man, Foyo. Then you go free. What? This is preposterous. You set this urchin on me with a knife? Are you mad?
Do I have to? I don't want to hurt anyone. Can't you just let me go?
Oh, come on. Prove you're strong. Do it. Prove you are strong. Kill him or be his slave.
I'll do it, if I have to.
Yeah, get some revenge. This is madness. Stop this. Stop this at once. Put that knife down.
I don't want to be a slave. I have to be strong.
This is definitely not open palm. This is closed fist, but let's follow a balance.
No,
No, Foyo, what have you done?
I killed him. I stabbed him with the knife. He He didn't even fight back.
Freedom is worth fighting for. Remember this. Even if it's true, did she have to learn it like this? Yeah.
I think I liked it when I felt the knife go in.
Uh-oh.
Like people have to listen to me now. It made me feel good.
Oh. Uh-oh. No, Foyo, don't say such horrible things. Ha! Foyo's a fighter. She's strong. You should be proud. I guess you speak the truth. These are dark times and no one can afford innocence anymore. I suppose we should be grateful. Thank you, kind sir. I have my daughter back, and we are free. If I had any type of reward to give you, it would be yours. We will return to Tian's Landing and tell the entire town of your great deeds. I'm sure Minister Shang will reward you for helping us. Come, Foyo, let's go. The others are waiting for us.
I'm glad you're safe, Mother.
Way of the Closed Fist. Iron Palm, the Forge. Ah. In gratitude for freeing her, Foyo has given the player an Iron Palm scroll. Find the remaining scrolls to learn the Iron Palm style. Ah. One of the 3 meditation doctrines required to understand the Iron Palm fighting style. The aspirant must possess and study all 3 before he or she can safely attempt to train in this demanding art. The aspirant must embody the forge, the structure that focuses the fire and reveals the potential of the anvil. Self-control must balance the long, powerful strikes of Iron Palm, or its movements can overwhelm and leave a lesser aspirant prostrate before an enemy. We did it. We saved him.
There was a lot of pain here.
Ugh.
The Guardian says he can feel it soaked into the walls.
Yeah, look at that chair. I don't want to sit on that chair. My cheeks! We can level up. Let's once more go fully balanced. I like that. Let's just, we made an investment. What is that? The sunk cost fallacy? Spirit Thief is really good. More punching.
Did you see Gao when he went by? There was fire in his eyes.
There's always fire in his eyes. Dark magic burns inside him.
Yeah, but this time it was worse. Better stay out of his way for the next little while. Something really set him off.
Wait a minute. You there! Who are you? You can't be up here.
Oh, sorry, I got lost. Huzzah! Hey, we did it. To the workshop. Little Pirate Island. Pirate Island. I like Pirate Island.
Longsword.
Ah, creepy guys. Zah. Wildflower, I'm sorry you took those hits. Okay, not a trap. Very good. Configuration of the horse. Uh-oh. Oh my god.
This is the end.
We did it. Again. Jade Empire Beastry, Volume 4, The Dangers of Demons. The average person is never likely to come across one of these horrific beings. Demons are some of the most dangerous and malevolent beings in all of the Jade Empire. Though some demons are not evil, they are all powerful, and rarely can they be trusted. If confronted by a malicious demon, it is important to remember that they are usually immune to magic, especially the larger demons. You can successfully combat them with weapons and simple martial art styles. Strangely enough, on those rare occasions when demons and ghosts were seen to tangle, the strange magic used by the ghosts seemed to affect these malevolent beasts. I don't like their lack of, like, commas and stuff. Or maybe I'm just an idiot. Bookstand. The History of Flight, Volume 2. The first known successful flight was made by Mad Fong. Though he had studied to become a scholar, he was kicked out of school for destroying one of the buildings. Based on the history of books, it is difficult to determine if Fong was a genius or insane. Either way, his techniques were original and in the end successful. Though his first several attempts were unsuccessful, he refused to give up. Despite the costs and the obvious danger to his own life, Fong persevered until he completed his first prototype flyer. The flyer didn't do much more than hop across the landscape, but it was a start. A year later, he was able to travel for nearly a mile before crashing, and unfortunately dying in the process. Dragonfly controls. Oh, oh! Is that good for it? Ah!
That was exciting. I wonder what's inside.
Oh, something scary, probably.
The Guardian doesn't like what's happened. They've brought others from outside and made them fight.
There he is. The big man.
This area is forbidden. Only Gao himself is allowed to enter. You must be destroyed.
What are you?
I am Xianxi, the great elephant demon. Gao's infernal magic summoned me and bound me here to guard this room. The penalty for all who enter is death. Gao's power compels me. I must destroy you.
Ow.
You're too slow.
Huzzah. Sorry, big fella. Whoa! Flawed monk gem. Focus shrine. There's not much treasure in here for me. Ooh, gem of the frail scholar. Wow, there is treasure in here for me. Huzzah! I think those things control the door. Come on, Wildflower, come out here. I want to see if they move. Oh, no. Jump backwards, you fool. Oh, yeah, see that thing's moving. Okay. Well, let's get a move on. And now, it is time to die.
You dare disturb me in my grief? I said no interruptions. You will pay for... Wait. You are not one of my servants. I know you. You are one of Master Li's students. You were the one who killed my son Gao.
Easy. I didn't want to kill him. He left me no choice.
Your words mean nothing. You are a murderer. A killer!
Bro, you're a slaver.
Gao was everything to me, and now he's gone. Damn you and that school! My Gao was never good enough for Master Li. You were always his prize pupil. And now my son is... Gao may be gone, but I will avenge him. I know the styles your broken old master taught you, and I know how to beat them. I promise your death will be both slow and painful.
Bring it on, old man. That. Take that.
Long sword. Ice shard.
Oh. Come on, come on. Keeps on dodging. Now to finish you off with punches. See, if I was this guy, I'd run away. My boss is dead, I'm out. Oh. He's invisible for a second.
Dead already. Damn it all. I wanted nothing more than to watch this man die.
I fixed his wagon. He's dead. Why does it matter who killed him?
It matters because he deserved to die by my hands. No, that's not right. I should be thanking you. Besides, after I left you, I stumbled across something just as important. Let me explain why I'm here. That should clarify things. You saw with your own eyes that these pirates were collecting slaves, right?
Yes, of course.
Gao's slaving operation found its way to my home several years ago. I was away at the time, but my daughter was there. Those black-hearted bastards took my daughter, Pin Mei. They killed her for resisting them. She was my only child. I lost her mother when Pin Mei was born, but my daughter was something precious in return. The slavers offered no such consolation.
That's horrible.
It has been 3 years since I lost my daughter, and I have spent that time tracking down the men who took her. My search led me here, to the lair of Gao the Greater. His men took my daughter, and I meant to even the score. On my way up here, I stumbled across records that show that this goes beyond Gao. The Lotus Assassins are his primary buyers.
Gao the Great is providing them with flyers as well.
Is that so? There can be no doubt, then. This goes beyond Gao the Greater. I have my vengeance, but how many others have suffered as I have because of the Lotus Assassins? Do you mean to go further with this? I would join you. Only a fool would oppose the Lotus Assassins, but 2 fools working together stand a better chance than one.
It would be good to have you along.
It'll be an honor to join you. Oh, and I stumbled across a little something on my way up here. It's probably something you need.
What is it?
Hey, that's the dust inductor I was hiding. The dragonfly can't fly without it. It was under the floorboards in my workshop last I looked. Well, next time I hide something, I'm packing explosives around it. Yes, explosives shaped like silver bananas. Stops thieves, monkeys, and monkey thieves in one fell swoop. Yeah.
In my mind, you stand the best chance of facing down Gao's masters. We also have a far greater chance of succeeding together rather than apart. If you are planning to take on the servants of Death's Hand, you'll need all the help you can get.
Glad to have you aboard, Sky.
I assure you, I will be as devoted and capable as any of your other companions.
Ha! If I could harness all that hot air, I could make a furnace to power the whole of the Imperial City. Well, if you're done with all the talking, I have to go make the dragonfly ready for some flying.
Take a look around Gao's little chamber here. Oh no, acid! Acid bugs. Healing. Okay. Yeah, The History of Flight, Volume 3. Several years after Mad Fong's first successful flight, a scholar from the south discovered the unusual device known simply as the Inscrutable Power Source. A few years later, scholar Xu Wen came up with a design for a flyer that used this mysterious new device. Initial attempts bordered on apocalyptic, in one case destroying half of a mountainside and the village that lay below. Several scholars tried to outlaw the use of this strange new energy source, but Xu Wen continued his experiments until at last he was successful. Unfortunately, his prototype was too successful. Both he and the flyer took off at great speeds towards the north, and neither was ever seen again. Strength of wood. Ah, bonus set of books. Let's see, what for? Strength of wood. An ancient technique that strengthens a warrior's body until his skin becomes as tough as wood. While the skin looks unchanged, it is tougher and more resilient than normal. Let's take one final look back here. I don't think there's anything. Oh, a bonsai tree. Oh, jeez. Well, take that, tree.
Hey! Ha ha! Much kicking and such. It really gets the blood flowing. And explosions. Lots of blood flowing from those too. I replaced the dust inductor. The marvelous dragonfly will cross the sky at your whim for a short way. The heavens welcome my machines, but not without considerable cajoling. If you want to fly more than a short distance, I will need an inscrutable power source.
How is Lim planning to use the dragonfly without a power source?
Oh, the assassins have an inscrutable power source. In fact, they had two. One was here, and they planned to put it in the dragonfly. But Kang was fast and smart. Kang exploded the power source. That way, they couldn't take my beautiful dragonfly and fly away without me.
I have an inscrutable power source.
Ha ha! What wonders cling to you, my friend? There were only two in this whole region, and I destroyed one so Inquisitor Lim would not make off with my marvelous dragonfly. The other was with the Lotus Assassins, but the fools only used it for demolition. Now, here you stand with it. I will put it in the dragonfly, and it will be ready to go. Not the ideal placement. If it shook more, the heavens might think we were afraid and take pity. This is more stable, but not as fun. Okay, she's ready to go. Hop on. I know a nice safe landing place just outside Tien's Landing. Very unlikely we'll crash.
Oh, what about Rue? He's waiting for me at the dock.
Don't worry about that. When the marvelous dragonfly takes off, the earth shakes and the sky trembles. You can't miss it. Your friend will see us take off, and he'll head back to town on his own.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Ha ha! Everybody on board! The marvelous dragonfly is about to take flight!
I have unlocked the Shrieking Fury. This route is plagued with enemy ships. What do you want to do? Well, attack, of course. I would not trust that thing. We got fast movers coming in. Ah. Take that. Is a boss coming? Oh! Take this. Oh, those missiles are cool. Let's get out of here.
flyer seems nicer than the one we took from Gao the Lesser. Although, I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
No, no. The marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gao. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected. A shame I can't leave it on the ground for all to see, but I'm not going through all this just to have it stripped to the frame by local brats. I'll call it back if we need it.
How do you control it from this distance?
Well, it's much like the dilemma of the centipede. If he relaxes and lets things happen, he can walk naturally all day long, his 100 legs not missing a step. But if he thinks too hard about the complexity of what he's doing, those legs might crash into the tea house and kill everyone. A valuable lesson.
Oh, yeah. I'll speak to you when I'm ready to make use of your machine, Kay.
Is there anything you need? I'll do whatever I can to help.
Just in front of everybody. I'm interested in you, Dawnstar.
I'm trying to feel good about what happened at Gao's fortress, the lair of his pirates. We went looking for our master and perhaps another flyer. What we found, I was not prepared for how cruel people could be. Seeing those people with no control over their fates, it is similar to a pain in my past that I have not thought about for a long time.
You don't speak much about your life before the school.
I would not dream of saying my experience is similar to those poor people in Gao's fortress, but that lack of control, I know that well. One of the only things I know about myself is that on the morning I was born, the sky was red, like distant mountains were on fire. Perhaps it was dirge burning, as Zhu said. I believe it was an ill omen, and that stigma is why my abilities became a burden. That's why I must have been left at the school. To be subject to the whims of someone else just because of what you are, be you slave or outsider. Yes, I know that well.
I'm beginning to feel some of that myself. Go on.
Yes, you are an outsider too, albeit one with power to change your world. I think the slaves in the pirate lair would greatly appreciate your skill in defense. And I would make great use of your confidence. You inspire me to think of the possibilities, not just the problems. I'm gaining an appreciation for the person you are becoming. Perhaps we should speak on these matters again sometime.
In the past, I've shared the company of others that moved outside traditional paths. But this band of folks is by far the most exotic.
You looked at me as you said that. What are you trying to say, Sky?
Actually, you took it the wrong way around. You seem a bit more conventional than, say, Wildflower or Zhu.
The Guardian says that everyone hides a part of themselves, that they don't always look like what they really are.
We all have hidden demons, but not literally. Your name is odd.
I can't help it.
Aww.
I didn't mean to upset anyone. I thought our shared strangeness was fairly obvious. I apologize.
Yes, I like our strangeness. Sky.
Something's on your mind?
Do you have a minute to talk?
Of course. I was just thinking about things. Gao richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen.
How does that make you feel?
I feel fine, but determined. Our work isn't done, but we've taken a small step by removing that stain upon the Empire's honor.
How did you track Gao?
Gao's slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her. I was too late. Pin Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through.
That's awful.
I found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone.
That's terrible. I'm sorry to bring this up.
It's fine. Thank you for your concern, but for the most part, I've come to terms with her death. But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish.
Things like this are important to dwell upon.
You're right, but we have to pick our time, and now isn't it. We can talk about this later.
What do you know about this area?
I only spent enough time in Tian's Landing to learn the location of Gao the Greater's stronghold. It's a nice enough place, though they're still adjusting to the flooding of the old town some years ago.
Do you have a minute to talk?
Yes, I'd welcome the chance. I never really answered your question about how I tracked Gao down. It's not that bad a story, if you still want to hear it.
I'd be quite interested.
I lost the men who murdered my daughter, but there are other ways to track men besides following their footprints, something I know all too well. 8 years ago, when my wife passed away giving birth to Pin Mei, I decided to settle down. Before that, my life was less stable.
How did you meet your wife if your life is so chaotic?
Not every girl likes pompous nobles or stuffy scholars. She and I saw eye to eye on many things, including living life to the fullest. You would have liked her if you'd met her, as long as she wasn't slipping through the upper window of your house to steal all your valuables.
I don't have a house. Your connections in the underworld tracked down Gao?
As I followed the trail of various slave trading rings, I started seeing connections. Strangely enough, all of them seemed tied to the Lotus Assassins.
What kind of connections did you see?
Every slave trading ring I saw, the assassins were at least aware of. I started drawing conclusions, and when I heard that Gao the Greater was dealing heavily with them, I started looking into him. By approaching it from the top down, assassins to Gao to slavers, I managed to piece together his involvement and learn the location of his base.
How did you know Gao's slavers were the ones who took your daughter?
My home was not far from Tien's Landing, so I'm certain that it was Gao's men who took my daughter. Meeting you and being given this chance to take the fight higher, I'm glad I chased that bastard down.
I'm glad I could help. I'm happy to have your company.
It's good to be here. There's much ahead of us, but at least we have allies and friends. That'll make the road easier. Speaking of which, we should keep moving, don't you think?
That's all I need from you.
Always happy to help.
Oh, Sky.
Something's on.
Let's talk to everybody. Sagacious!
Yes?
I want to talk about you.
I've said enough for the time being. The events that surround you cause me great concern. I want to see more of what is coming before I decide my next action.
You didn't really have anything to tell me.
Goodbye, then.
Let's talk to Kang.
Yes? I'm a bit busy fiddling about with my thoughts.
Tell me about yourself. I want to learn more about you.
I found my way to Tien's Landing quite by accident. A very big accident. A few wealthy merchants lost some, property, and I almost lost my hat and my head. Gao the Greater heard about my inventions and bribed some officials to effect my release. I thought I had found a nice rich benefactor, but I was locked away in his lair. He gave me a nice workshop, but he really was a fool. I showed him my wind map. He didn't care where it led. He was only interested in his slaves.
This wind map doesn't lead to the Imperial City?
It shows where I've been, not where I'm going, I think. I made it on my journey to, here. But I don't quite remember where I was traveling from. Not good. It seems to me I left something, a clue for myself, but I'm not sure why I'd need to. I don't suppose you'd be interested in taking a short trip back the way I came?
All right, let's go.
Well, let's see then. It must lead to where I was last, which would be the ideal place to go first. Keep an eye out. I don't know why my tracks were covered, but I do tend to incur the occasional death threat. Craters are remarkably unappreciated.
All right, let's go. Ah! Oh, my controls. Oh, I forgot what they were. Thanks, movers.
This looks familiar. Keep going. I have the urge to build something.
Seeking fury.
There are memories in the route we are flying. Keep going. I see patterns, schematics. Keep going. I'll hammer it out.
Bombs.
Almost there.
Oh, God.
Just a few more pieces to figure out.
Careful. Ah! Oh my god. Okay. Shoo. You received Cloudburst.
Our flight was great fun. Lots of explosions. But what does it mean? I think it's a clue. I hid something in my head because I was going to lose my memory, I think. One thing for certain, there was no destination. We ended where we began. The route was the important part. Let me show you what it inspired me to make. I'm not sure what it is, but it has a lever on it that is begging to be pulled.
Okay, that should be interesting. Let's do this.
Here we go. And nothing. Right? We're not dead, I think. That is decidedly disappointing. I was expecting something. I must still need a part I can't remember. I need some time to think, to get my brain straightened out. This is most intriguing and infuriating. Give me some time.
All right, Kang. I want to go back to my other questions.
Well, of course. But time is better spent doing than talking.
What do you think about our current situation?
What situation? Did something happen? I had nothing to do with whatever it was. All my explosives are stored and accounted for. Somewhere. Ah, you mean our current state of affairs? Well, you still don't have the wind map to the Imperial City. We definitely need that. Without it, boom, short trip.
Let's talk about that wind map.
Nothing new to report yet. I need time to consider what parts are missing from the mystery device. Perhaps if I had the resources of the Imperial City at hand.
Perhaps. All right, that's all for now.
Off you go. I'll start planning some redesigns for the Dragonfly. Maybe floats made of air bladders. Sheepskin, of course.
All right. Let's go fight some more monsters. We have to go into town, into Tien's Landing, to collect our rewards. But let's level up quick. Let's see. Level up. What do I got? Balanced. Upgrade my fighting styles. I think I have. Yes, I have enough. Chi damage. Yes. Speed increase. Yes. Yes. Save changes. Okay. Let's go into town. Oh, wait. Is this going the wrong way? Go around. Ah, very good. This is going to be the last time I see you, Tien's Landing. Maybe I'll come back. Maybe one day. I think I just need to go over to Zhao. No, I don't even know his name. He's up yonder, near the forest entrance. Pardon me. Pardon. Here we go. Yes.
Konio kioia kawaia wakawaia watita osia kwanif nipawir.
It is good to see you again. We have told Minister Shang of your bravery in freeing us from the pirates, but no words can do justice to your great and generous deeds.
I never thought I'd be glad to be back here, but I am.
You little murderer, you.
Yes, Minister Shang is properly grateful that you were able to free the peasants. You truly are a great hero, and so on and so forth. More importantly, you destroyed the pirates who plagued Minister Shang's administration of this town. Here is your reward.
Owowo sun so anawa kawaras tata safayet.
Thank you once again. May fortune smile upon you for your good deeds. Bye. Okay. Inferior Scholar Gem and 500 XP. Hello, Minister Shang.
Hello. Don't think I'm ungrateful for your earlier efforts. I do, however, have much to do. Was any man ever so eternally busy as Minister Shang?
Oh, Minister Shang. I have some questions for you.
The dam is closed and the town is saved, so Minister Shang feels magnanimous. That means I will answer your questions, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Want I something else?
Certainly. Very well, run along. Now that the...
I've asked enough. Okay, let me talk to this wiener boy. Messenger.
I must remain vigilant for skilled warriors. Sadly, resolve and spirit seem precious commodities in this isolated spit of a town. The blighted forest cuts these peasants off from the heart of our empire, but still they do nothing. Fools.
What's happening in the forest again?
As I said, the trees in the great southern forest sicken, and the paths fill with vicious ghosts. No caravan dares to travel its depths, cutting off huge sections of the south from the Empire's heart, and Lord Young collects no taxes when no one travels his lands.
How do I reach the forest?
You must leave Tien's Landing via the gate and follow the roadway to the north. The forest is but a short journey away, and Lord Yun makes his camp at the base of a hill, which should be easy to find. The path there is relatively safe, but travel beyond his camp and things worsen considerably.
Goodbye.
Go safely, and remember what I've said. Lord Yun needs the help of able warriors like yourself.
Forest time. Oh, forest.
These trees are sick. They bend like they're in pain.
Demonic magic blackens the trees, but there's more at work here. We must be careful in our search. Okay. Somebody needs some punching? Ah! Ah! Oh my god, look at that guy. Okay. Punch, punch, punch. Here I come. Ow! Okay, does the sword work? Oh no, they're immune. Get him, Kai-Che. Get him, CK.
We hurried down as quickly as we could, but I see you had the situation well in hand. I'm impressed. Not many people can disperse the spirits of the dead with any ease.
Are these ghosts a major problem?
They grow worse by the day, and I've almost given up hope of finding a solution. My manners desert me. I am Lord Yun, owner of this land, and charged by the Emperor himself to keep it safe. You should turn back south to Tien's Landing. This is the safest part of the Great Southern Forest, and even it is polluted with these strange ghosts.
I'm curious about this place. Will you answer a few questions?
I suppose no one knows this land better than I. Very well. What did you need to know?
What is this area?
This region is known as the Great Southern Forest. As I said, the forest stretches for miles to the north, east, and west of here. This specific area is known as the Pilgrim's Path. These hills house several small shrines, and a large temple lies at the top of the path that begins with these stairs. As it stands, this is the only part of the forest that's even vaguely passable. Coming from the Imperial City, I had no choice but to take a flyer to Tien's Landing.
How long have you been having problems with the ghosts?
Things have worsened in the past few months, which is roughly the time since the trees of the forest started to look sickly. Before I flew here from the Imperial City, I heard rumors of more and more ghosts in the outer provinces, but I foolishly thought them exaggeration. The forest is polluted with ghosts of all types, and they are only growing in number. As you must know, ghosts can only be dispersed, never destroyed completely.
Why are you camped here?
Of the vast expanse of this forest, this area, the Pilgrim's Path as it is called, is the safest. I hoped that coming here might help me learn why this forest is as it is, but that seems a lost cause. If things don't improve soon, I shall have to abandon this camp and fly back to the Imperial City of Failure. That would be unfortunate.
What do you think you might learn by camping here?
Oh, nothing that matters now. It was a fool's hope to think I might learn anything.
Why wouldn't you want to return to the city?
I am tasked with safeguarding any lands that I own, and this land is far from safe. To admit failure would be unfortunate for my house. If I'm lucky, I would lose my lands. If not, my life could very well be forfeit.
Did you just say you have a flyer near here?
I certainly came here by flyer. It was the only way. Wait a moment. You don't look like a pilgrim or one of the poor folk trying to escape Tien's Landing. Would it be out of line to inquire as to what brought you here?
I am seeking a route to the Imperial City.
The Imperial City, is it? How interesting. You find yourself in a tricky predicament. There are few ways to reach the capital from here. Air would be your best bet. Even caravans employing skilled warriors have been forced to turn back under these ghosts' assaults. I could only reach Tien's Landing by using my flyer.
Where did you acquire a wind map that could cover the distance?
Acquiring that chart was a hard-fought battle, I can assure you. The Lotus Assassins keep a tight rein on those precious documents.
It seems I need your wind map to travel north.
From your questions, I'd say you have a flyer at your disposal, which seems unusual. It would take a resourceful person to acquire a device like that, and I believe that resourceful people know how to get things done, especially when properly motivated. Perhaps you could get something done for me. If so, I might be persuaded to foolishly risk the Lotus Assassin's wrath by making a copy of one of their precious maps.
Ooh. What do you propose?
The deal is simple. Find out why my land sickens, why it is home to so many ghosts, and you will have your map.
You have a deal. I'll find out what's wrong with your land. And it's also the right thing to do.
Two things threaten the entire length and breadth of this forest. The trees blacken with disease, and ghosts flock to this place like no other in the Empire. I suspect that these things are related, and, more importantly, that they're related to a fox called the Forest Shadow.
Who is the Forest Shadow?
She is a powerful spirit that has long been an ally of my family. Personally, I've had little to do with her. My father and his father before him, however, felt strongly that she should be revered. They considered her the true guardian of this forest.
Why do you think the ghosts are related to this spirit?
She is a powerful being, one my father considered the guardian of this forest. If this place is filled with ghosts, then I suspect that it is either because of or in spite of her.
What do you mean by a fox?
Just that. She is a fox spirit, and thus one of heaven's tricksters. The fox can take on the forms of men and women, and will often do so to test us. Personally, I don't think they have any right to deceive us, but my father felt that our family's good fortune came from just such a test passed long ago by an ancestor. Some sort of ancient alliance in which she was guardian of the forest, while we owned the land in the world of men.
I've heard enough about this fox spirit. What do I need to do?
I think something is wrong with the Forest Shadow, and I want you to find her and figure out what is happening. Once we know that, we'll have a clear idea of what we face.
If she's an ancient ally of yours, I'm sure she'll want to help, if I can find her.
A noble sentiment, but when I look upon these trees, I'm afraid that you may have to destroy her. See what you can learn first, then we will act if it is necessary. Make your way up this ancient trail, and when you come to a fork, take the left path. That will lead you to a temple built long ago in the Forest Shadow's honor. Once there, find my hunter Spearcatch's Leaf if he still lives. He claimed to remember some sort of ritual that my forebears used to contact the forest shadow. You might also want to keep an eye out for some small shrines that are scattered about the forest. Some of them are said to react to magic or charges of chi.
I want to know more details about this prom before I go.
Remember that you want to go.
If
If you go to the right, you can find the Pilgrim's Rest Inn, an establishment I technically own but have very little to do with.
How will I recognize the temple?
It is impossible to miss. The temple is an impressive structure carved into the rock itself.
Might I find any help at the inn?
You may, but I would find it unlikely. To call this area the safest part of the forest is misleading. The ghosts are numerous and vicious.
Numerously vicious.
How would simple travelers and innkeepers survive when surrounded and cut off by these ghosts?
I need that wind map, so I have work to do.
I was beginning to think there may be no cure for this place. Your arrival has given me some small measure of hope. Find Spearcatch's leaf at the temple above and see what he has learned. Your wind map will be waiting when you find a cure.
Let's cure this forest in the next episode.